Hi, I'm Keith Sanford, President and CEO of the Tennessee Aquarium. Without question, this has been a challenging year for us. Like many of you, we have faced tremendous struggles financially and personally. But despite these hardships, we adapted to constantly changing conditions and kept our operation running smoothly. In many ways, we achieved great things in 2020. Our long list of accomplishments would be worth celebrating in any year, but they shine even more brightly in the midst of a global pandemic. Here's a video recap of this unprecedented year.
2020, the year we designated as the Year of the Turtle, began with incredible promise. In March, we opened Turtles of the World. This all-new gallery celebrates the fascinating diversity of these reptiles and their importance just about everywhere on the planet. Hotspots of biodiversity in the American Southeast and Southeast Asia are featured in this new gallery. But the centerpiece is a working nursery filled with adorable turtle hatchlings. Many of these tiny turtles came to the aquarium through our leadership of a newly launched Saving Animals from Extinction, or SAFE program, under the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. The SAFE program launch coincided with the new gallery's opening. Working in partnership with dozens of other zoos, non-governmental organizations, and federal agencies, we're able to combat the illegal trafficking that is wreaking havoc on North America's turtle population. Many of the turtles on display in the gallery were rescued from traffickers by law enforcement agencies and sent to us to receive expert care. This year we also helped a beloved turtle that's even closer to home. Since he arrived at the Tennessee Aquarium 15 years ago, Oscar, one of our green sea turtles, has inspired countless visitors by thriving despite grievous injuries he suffered after being struck by a boat when he was young. Late last year, our staff noticed Oscar was experiencing some buoyancy issues that made it hard for him to swim and dive. The effort to diagnose Oscar ultimately involved consultations with sea turtle experts all along the eastern seaboard and a welcome offer to use an MRI machine at CHI Memorial Hospital in downtown Chattanooga. In March, sea turtle rehabilitation expert Dr. Shane Boylan traveled more than 400 miles to Chattanooga from the South Carolina Aquarium's Sea Turtle Care Center. Dr. Boylan and our staff veterinarian, Dr. Chris Keller, performed an on-site surgical procedure to determine the source of Oscar's problem. Ultimately, this procedure helped alleviate some of the buoyancy issues, allowing Oscar to live more comfortably. This unique experience highlights the lengths to which our staff will go to care for our animals and Oscar's near-celebrity status, which extends well beyond the aquarium. At the start of the year, we welcomed a very special guest, National Geographic photographer Joel Sartori. We welcomed the opportunity to participate in Sartori's work, which highlights the role zoos and aquariums play in inspiring a love of nature and our animals valuable as ambassadors for their wild counterparts. For more than 15 years, Sartori has visited institutions around the world to take stunning portraits of animals for his monumental Photo Ark project. His goal is to document the thousands of species housed in human care before they vanish forever. During his most recent visit, he captured beautiful photos of salamanders and turtles, as well as our fish crow and southern flying squirrel. These images add to those he's captured during a visit in 2007. Despite 2020's promising start, COVID-19 eventually struck Hamilton County, and when it did, its impact on the aquarium was monumental. Upon hearing of the first case in our area, we immediately and voluntarily closed our doors to help slow the spread of the disease through our community. The closure lasted nearly 100 days, creating a profound financial impact on our nonprofit mission. Although we were closed to visitors, it quickly became clear that we had an important role to fill in service to homebound individuals and families who felt increasingly isolated from each other and the world beyond their homes. Almost immediately, we pivoted our operations to create and share content that reached aquarium fans all over the world. Whether through daily live streams, meditative videos, a trio of new webcams, or curated Science at Home educational packages, our Aquarium at Home campaign provided much-needed distraction, inspiration, and entertainment at a time when the world really needed these assets. The response to this content was tremendous. Comments thanking us for the mental respite flowed to our social channels from as far away as the Marshall Islands, New Zealand, and the Kingdom of Jordan. In 28 years, we have reached more than 26 million guests right here in downtown Chattanooga. We knew those visitors came from all over the planet, but that global reach gained new meaning and significance in 2020. When we reopened our doors, we did so with the utmost concern for the safety and peace of mind of staff members, volunteers, and guests. Our new health protocols were developed after lengthy consultation with local doctors and in accordance with recommendations from the Centers for Disease Control and the state of Tennessee. These health protocols are still in place, and we continue to receive positive feedback from the guests indicating that the cautious approach was the right one to take. Every year, we eagerly anticipate the birth, hatching, or arrival of new animals. These moments are always a high point for our staff, members, and guests, but this year, each edition felt a little more special. In June, we were excited to welcome a pair of adorable Gentoo penguin chicks to Penguins Rock. These fluffy additions were the first of their species to join the colony since 2017 and were the subject of a wave of digital affection that stretched coast to coast and around the world. A month later, we were pleased to announce that our herpetologist had successfully hatched 2 critically endangered Beale's four-eyed turtles and 5 endangered four-eyed turtles. We manage both of these species for the Association of Zoos and Aquariums and have been the most successful institution to add to their populations in human care. This summer also marked the public debut in the Lemur Forest exhibit of John and Jessie, a pair of red-collared brown lemurs. With their arrival, the exhibit now hosts 3 species of lemur, so guests have more opportunities to learn about the diversity of these primates and the challenges that they face in the wild. Our staff at the Conservation Institute rapidly adjusted their approach to lab and field research during a pandemic. This flexibility ensured the important work of caring for imperiled species was mostly unimpeded. This year was our 8th to participate in the restoration of the southern Appalachian brook trout to its native streams. With our reintroduction of a new class of juveniles near Roan Mountain, Tennessee in June, the Tennessee Aquarium and partners have now released 3,000 baby brook trout since 2012. Even more exciting, wildlife managers saw signs of wild breeding at the site where restocking efforts have been focused for the last several years. With this welcome news, we began this summer to reintroduce brook trout to even more of their historic range by stocking a new nearby creek. There was noteworthy progress in our longest-running conservation programs as well. This fall, we continued our work to save the endangered Barron's top minnow by releasing 100 juveniles into a stream in Middle Tennessee. And while we've been trying to protect and improve the remaining populations of top minnows since 1998, this year that effort got a tremendous shot in the arm. The majority of fish we released this year were raised through a new partnership between ourselves and 3 other aquariums. The Shedd Aquarium in Chicago, the Maritime Aquarium in Connecticut, and the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in Iowa were all working with us to raise their own Barron's top minnows to strengthen the few remaining wild populations in Tennessee. With their help, the Barron's top minnow is now in a better position to be safeguarded against the possibility of a single event causing the species to go extinct. While 2020 was the first time in 20 years that we didn't receive a new class of juvenile lake sturgeon for release, we continued our uninterrupted streak of reintroductions thanks to fish that were held over from 2019. In November, our scientists and a handful of supporters met on the north shore of the Tennessee River in downtown Chattanooga. There, we released 100 juvenile lake sturgeon that have been kept at the Conservation Institute as part of a genetic study. They join more than 250,000 others that the Tennessee Aquarium and partners and the Lake Sturgeon Working Group have returned to their native waters since 2000. That's a tremendous accomplishment and a testament to our scientists' commitment to long-term restoration efforts. 2020 has shown us many things. It has brought the aquarium staff even closer together. It has revealed the hidden strengths and depths of determination that many of us didn't know we even possessed. It showed us where our priorities should be and the importance of our relationship with the millions of guests that we've welcomed through our doors. It showed us how important we are, not just as a tourist destination, but as a scientific leader and an educational resource. In July, we were honored to see the legacy of our impact reflected in our high ranking in USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards. Fans from all over the nation voted for us as one of the nation's best aquariums. We were humbled to receive this news that we finished in the top 5 of the contest, a distinction that we couldn't have arrived at a more welcome time. And this recognition was quickly followed by once again earning TripAdvisor's Traveler Choice Awards and being voted locally as the city's best attraction. Since we first opened, our success has hinged on this kind of public support. And it's true every year, but it was emphasized even more strongly during a year as full of adversity as this one.
I am heartened to look back at our long list of achievements in 2020, especially considering the hurdles we faced. Each milestone we reached was made possible thanks to broad community support, including by our members and guests. With your confidence and backing, I'm sure we will not only recover and rebound in 2021, but find our way to even greater levels of success. To do so, we still need your support. I urge you to consider contributing online by going to the aquarium's website and clicking on the Donate Now button. Your tax-deductible gifts will support our mission and get us back on track more rapidly. We look forward to seeing you at the aquarium soon. Thank you for your trust and support.